Whatever. Hi, everyone. Oh, hot mess. It's like, a week until Christmas, and I'm ah. Anyway, I swear, the lot just since it's just been nuts. It's been absolutely nuts. But I promised, not that video has gone up yet. Um, although I did mention on the podcast that I would probably do a video showing off all the stuff I got at GalaxyCon in Columbus that I went to at the beginning of December. So that's what I'm trying to do. Unfortunately, it is evening. It's still winter. It's not even technically winter yet because the solstice is not for several more days. But it gets dark really early. Unfortunately, the lighting in my little office space is kind of crap. So I'm kind of having to just deal with just like this floor lamp and then one of those ring light things that unfortunately is the smaller type of ring light instead of like the big kind, which usually is like the size of a human head. That will illuminate the entire face. In this case, it's just kind of I'm MacGyvering this shit. But Chauncey is not here to make noise at the moment, so he's otherwise occupied. So I was like, dang it, I have the place to myself. I'm just gonna make do with the current situation so I could get this video done so that some of this stuff I can finally get up on my walls. Some of it I already have. So I'm just gonna have to insert video of the stuff that's already on my walls, but some of it's not, and it needs to before it gets damaged. So anyway, GalaxyCon, not Galaxy Comic Con. Oh my goodness. I was out Christmas shopping earlier. So busy, and that started to snow. It's so cold, and it's not even as cold as it's gonna get yet before Christmas. GalaxyCon Columbus, Ohio, was first weekend of December, and I went and I had lots of fun. I did a recap on the podcast. So go check out the Five-ish Fangirls podcast, episode 398. It's the same episode. I can speak, I promise. The same episode where we talk about Enchanted and Disenchanted. So, yeah, so episode 398. I try to give as succinct as recap as possible. Kind of hard to do because it was a full weekend. But any hoozles, I'm not even entirely sure where to start with all the stuff that I have piled in front of me. So like I mentioned, I got the deluxe badge. So it's a step up from just the regular admission, but not VIP. And it came with this swag bag, which this bag just by itself is huge. I mean, you could fit a small child in here. Or in my case, I put the duff door in here at one point, among other things. So this actually did come in handy the final day for carrying some of the stuff. So the bag was nice to have, and the folder was nice to have to put photos in here, which I'll get to. The rest of the stuff that came with it, the poster. This is the poster for 20. It's not even location specific, it's just for the year because I have different shows in different locations. So there's the poster and the lanyard. Here it is. I'm just a hot mess. Like I said, the lanyard, which I did not use, and the pin, which is nice. I'll find a place to put that. I've got a vest that I put pins on. Um, are nice, not necessary. Um, the they were just they yeah, I don't think they were necessarily worth the extra cost to bump it up to deluxe. Especially because I ended up with the VIP fast pass, whatever you want to call it, because we stayed in the hotel block. So at the end of the day, could have saved some money and gone with just a regular badge. And could have spent that money elsewhere. Or just not that spent that money at all. My bank account is still crying. Why don't I go to a con like this with so many celebrities that I just had to meet the same month that Christmas occurs and my wedding anniversary? Beyond me, although I was able to take care of my anniversary present at the convention. But I'll show that off too. So yeah, I would think in the future, if the VIP fast pass thing is something that can be available because of like getting a hotel room in the hotel block, I would much rather do that, because that was such a time saver. So because this convention on Saturday was absolutely bonkers. Even not on Saturday. I had a few times where I stood in line even in the VIP line for a little bit of time. So having that um special line, shorter line to stand in line for the celebrities, both for autographs and the photo ops, totally worth it. And I mean, the hotel was literally connected to the convention center, so that was really, really convenient. And the hotel was really nice. So stay if you're going to Columbus. I highly recommend the Hilton. It's very nice. So yeah, I don't even know where to start with the non swag stuff. I guess let me start with the like non-celebrity related stuff I purchased. And we'll go from there. So one of the it took me all 3 days to wander up and down every aisle of the vendor hall. Um because I just did not have the time to do it in one go. So I would get so many aisles, and be stopping and looking at stuff. And then I'd have to go do something else and then right away. So it took me all 3 days to cover the entire vendor floor. But one of the first vendors that I came across, of course, she had corgi related stuff. So this is her business card, Savvy Dragon. Look at corgi and corgi butt on the back, Savvy Dragon art. That is her website. She does have corgis. She showed me pictures among other animals that she and her partner have, but they do have corgis. So we bonded over our love for corgis and the fact that I don't have any at the moment, but will eventually. I'm going to have all the corgis, not all the corgis. Chauncey would kill me, but we are definitely going to have a corgi or two eventually, at least throughout our lifetime. So anyway, so of course I had to buy corgi stuff. So I got some corgi washi tape because one with a ball, and there's one with little like helmet, like space helmet type thing on. There's a whole mess of corgis. There's a big corgi and a little corgi, and I know there's other images in here too, but I haven't undone it yet. So There's one with a corgi with like a first aid kit or something like that. So, but it's really cute. So I use washi tape to hold stuff in like my planners. Speaking of planners, I also bought keychain. This is hers. Merkorg. I've got my little sloth dressed as a narwhal that I got at Gen Con this year. Yeah, this is a Merkorg, little corgi with a mermaid tail. Got it attached again to my planner. This is my newest planner. This is obviously Supernatural. But this is a Supernatural undated planner, which is nice. But this is from I won this from KJ Today Show, from Don't Screw the Crew, because I'm part of her fan club, and KJ they do a fandom trivia, and if Patches and Joanna can get 2 out of 3 questions right, then a crew member wins a prize. In this case, it was this really awesome planner by Conquest Journals. So, which I have one of their Gen Con convention journals as well. So, but I also came with some stickers and stuff, but I have those put away. But because this is not dated, I could go ahead and start using it for this month to get me going before the new year starts in 2 weeks. So anyway, but yeah, I was like, I don't really need any more keychains. I've got a lot on my keys already. So I like having them on there just as flair, I guess. So there's that. Corgis, Savvy Dragon awesomeness. I ended up meeting some other corgi lovers and told them about her. Like, corgis, go check out her stuff. She's got corgis. Then I bought, this is from Posh Geekery, and this is a necklace, but it's also a locket. And she had a whole bunch of different books. See, I'm not sure if I'll ever put anything there, although it would be funny if I put Michael Sheen and David Tennant as Zero Crowley in there. I might do that. But anyway, this is a necklace that's got this is an alternate cover, which is, I did not recognize it when I was scanning her booth. I was like, don't have my favorite. She's like, what is it? I'm like, Good Omens. And she's like, oh, it's over there. And I'm like, I don't see it. And she's like, oh, I'm sold out on the white cover, which is the cover I recognize because that's the version I have. But yeah, so this is an alternate cover of Good Omens, which is one of my absolute favorite books of all time. Neil Gaiman, Terry Pratchett. I love Good Omens. So yeah, I haven't just to wear it yet because I'm keeping it here so I could film this video. So now I can finally put it in my jewelry rotation. So, but anyway, that's the name of the shop right there, poshgeekery.com. And then she included a card that's got a QR code that takes you to instructions on how to put photos in there. Of course, that require reprinting something. I don't know, a printer. So who knows what we're gonna do? So next up is from, make sure I pronounce this right, Kitsch and Crossbones. See that or not? Kitsch and Crossbones. the name of her little shop there. Some little bag, and I got these since I chopped all my hair off. Thought it'd be fun to try things with like little clips and stuff. So these are Shield little clips. So because I'm MCU trash and I love Shield, and anytime Shield gets represented, I'm down for it. So I did buy something else from her, but it's a Christmas gift, so I'm not gonna show it. Spoilers. Oh yeah, some of the other swag that came with the thing included this a bunch of comics that are, I guess, are supposed to be exclusive, convention exclusive. There's a G.I. Joe something, and then this blank one. And I guess if you came across a favorite artist, you could have them draw a custom cover for you, I guess. Oh. I'm MCU trash, not comic trash. So and then I bought the shirt from, I just had the business card. Where did it go? Which way did it go, George? Which way did it go? I will hug him and squeeze him and call him George. I'll find it. Oh, there it is. This is a business card. Music City Creative. There is the, I have no idea if this code will work. Go ahead, feel free to try it. Yeah, if it works, great. If not, sorry. It's just, it came with purchase with business card. So, but anyway, this is the shirt. I've already worn it once. Even did an outfit of the day on my TikTok, so you can go see how I styled it. But it is this be fearlessly authentic, which I thought was a very good thing to remind myself and anybody else who reads it. So be yourself. Be authentically yourself. And this is the shopping bag it came in, which in itself is actually kind of nice. There's your logo. And I love the back. For my nerd shit. There's lots of nerdy stuff out there. Look, there's the TARDIS. Star Wars, you got some D&D, you got some Supernatural, you got some Star Trek. So yes, always need stuff to put my nerd shit. All right, and let's see here. Oh yeah, oh, other corgi thing, sticker. Corgi, the corgi, give him the thumbs up, like wee, yay. So, and then this other sticker is a different artist. His name is Ian Moss, or at least his website's ianmosscreative.com. And you've got Louisa there from Encanto. I saw this and I just started laughing because I had just done my Spotify year-end recap, and my number one song for the entire year, most played song on my Spotify, that song right there. Not, I mean, we don't talk about Bruno, was definitely in the top 10, but Under Pressure was my number one song. Because I'm maybe not necessarily physically jacked like Louisa, but I totally get where she's coming from. So yeah, there's that. And then I had another piece of art from him, and I don't know what I did with it. Now that I think about it, what did I do with it? I don't remember. if I find it, I will insert a picture of it. It's a Doctor Who. It's just it's the TARDIS. And it's just a small little like postcard size image of the TARDIS. But I happen to get they were numbered prints, and I got number 6 because I saw that and I was like, it's number 6, and the 6th Doctor is my doctor, so I got that one. But now I don't remember what I did with it. Oh my goodness. So yeah. Anyway, okay, so this I did not pay for. This was a gift. But my good friend Charles Skaggs, who is a huge Doctor Who fan, among other things. I've been on his Doctor Who podcast, Next Stop Everywhere, several times. He also does Drunk Cinema with Zan. He does Ghost with the Twin Peaks podcast with Zan. I've been on Drunk Cinema, not on the Twin Peaks, because I'm not the Twin Peaks or David Lynch fan, really. And then he does some DC related stuff with DJ Nick as well. So but Charles and his wife were at the convention just on Saturday because I wanted to meet Jodie Whittaker. But Charles had done a story in this year's DC Terrors Through Time, and I stuck it somewhere. I bought the other cover when it was released back in October, and I was like, I'll get Charles to sign it whenever I see him. And then it was the one thing I did not pack. As much as I ran around making sure I did not forget anything before we drove several hundred miles away from home, that was the one thing that I forgot. So I'm like texting Charles. I'm like, I'm so sorry, I forgot the comic. And he was like, well, check, you may get lucky, find a vendor that's got it and you can get it. If not, I may have a copy or two laying around. So thankfully he did. He's like, it's a different cover than the one you have. I'm like, that's fine, so that means I have both covers. So yeah, he brought this to me and went ahead and signed the cover for me. So yay, that's cool. All right, let's move on to the celebrity related stuff. I checked off a lot of people, and I'm not even gonna, again, I don't want to rehash all the recap that I already did on the podcast. So just go listen to that. I'll put a link to the podcast in the description box thing, that particular episode, so you can easily find it. But there were a lot of celebrities this year. It started with Jodie Whittaker, and it quickly snowballed as they kept adding more and more guests, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is going to be crazy and expensive. But it's one of those things where it's like I got to meet some people that I've been wanting to meet for a very, very long time. So totally worth the time to take to go all the way out there and be away from home for several days and not sleeping, but also sleeping. So, but one person I was very excited to meet, finally, Ashley Eckstein. So most people know her as the voice of Ahsoka Tano in the animated Star Wars stuff. Obviously, live action Ahsoka now exists, played by somebody else, but we'll get to her. But animated Ahsoka came first, and Ashley has been and still is the voice of animated Ahsoka Tano. So this is her book, one of her first books. This was released eons ago, it seems like, because anything pre-pandemic seems like it was 5 million years ago. But she and I had a nice talk, and she signed the inside of my book for me. Isn't that just like an epic uh epic signature of hers? But yeah, so I had a lot of fun talking to her, getting my book signed, so that was a lot of fun. And then my Marvel autograph collection obviously grew. So I got not everyone that I got autographs from I got photos with. But I picked up Carrie Jones, who's also been in Star Wars. A lot of crossover there with a lot of these kind of voice actors slash like character actors. So Carrie Jones, I got his autograph. Actually, I got his autograph twice. So I had him added to my Marvel collection of autographs that is already back hanging up on our wall. But then I also got a 8x10 photo autographed of him as Man-Thing in Werewolf by Night, which was a Marvel special presentation that was released around Halloween on Disney Plus, which saw Man-Thing brought to live action MCU for the first time, which made Chauncey very, very excited because Man-Thing is his absolute favorite Marvel character of all time. I don't know why. It just is, you know. So it's just one of those things, you know. I got a personalized autograph to him that I gave to him for our anniversary that is now hanging up on our wall in our bedroom. On the kind of side where we have several other kind of character voice actor autographs. So Carrie Jones there. And then I got James Urbaniak, who you might not know his face, but you probably know his voice if you watch things like Venture Brothers. He was in The Office for a few episodes, so you may recognize his face depending on what you watch. But he does a lot of voice acting. But he was also in a couple episodes of Agent Carter in season 2, where he played a Roxxon Corp scientist, who had kind of a important part to play in the plot of that what goes on there. I got his autograph added to my MCU collection as well. And he said that he thinks that might be the first time he said somebody signed something Marvel for him. So I thought that was kind of cool. I got his autograph. And then I added to my Power Ranger movie feature movie poster with Karen Ashley, as the people probably are aware of. We lost Jason David Frank not too long ago. Played Tommy Oliver, OG Green Ranger, among others. I believe he's the person who's made the most appearances in Power Ranger anything in television. Super popular. I loved him. Tommy, one of my first celebrity crushes as a kid, going into puberty and being like, "Ooh, boys, they're not gross." But Jason David Frank was supposed to be at this convention before his untimely passing, but they were able to get one of his co-stars, Karen Ashley, who played Aisha, the second Yellow Ranger, after Trini and Zach and Jason left in the series. So I did not have, I have all the guys, because the 95 Power Rangers movie, one of my favorite movies of all time, as cheesy as it is. I freaking love that movie. Um, I got a movie poster years ago and have started collecting the cast autographs on there. And actually, Jason David Frank was the last person to sign it at PopCon several years ago, when he was a guest there. So since then, you know, with the pandemic and everything, I was like, oh, eventually I'll get around to getting the girls, because then I had all the boys. At least as far as Power Rangers is concerned, I do want to get Bulk and Skull on there though too. Because Bulk and Skull did actually play a pretty important part in the plot of the movie. So I do want to get Paul and Jason on there as well. But as far as Power Rangers is concerned, I had all the guys. I was just missing the girls. So when they announced Karen was going to be there, I was like, ah, good, I can get Karen added. So now I only need Amy Jo Johnson. So but I even said that to Karen, and she's like, yeah, keep your eyes peeled. More than likely Amy Jo will be at another GalaxyCon at some point in the future. I was like, good to know. So I will keep my eyes peeled for both Amy Jo and Bulk and Skull. So although I need to get a proper photo with Karen, with my husband and I dressed as Bulk and Skull. So we do need to add that as well. But since Chauncey was not at this convention with me, that did not happen. So but yeah, it was I tell the story. Go, again, go listen to the podcast about meeting Karen. It was bittersweet to put it mildly for everyone, considering their circumstances. And then got to add a couple of decent names to the collection. So included with my autographs, my Marvel autographs. I also got proper professional photos with Vincent D'Onofrio, aka Kingpin / Wilson Fisk from Daredevil and Hawkeye, among other things. So definitely a huge part of the MCU and soon to be returning in the new Daredevil. But it's okay. So it looks like he's pissed off. He's not. I told him to be serious. And the thing is, I wanted us to both be serious. However, I am incapable of being as serious as someone who is, a trained actor like him can. So I end up with this like weird little smirk, where I really intended to be more badass looking, because it's Kingpin. You got to be serious when things comes to all things Kingpin, because he's not to be messed with. But I failed. So I just I would never make it as like a Haunted Mansion cast member at the Disney parks, because I wouldn't be able to keep a straight face. And then I added Rosaria Dawson as well to my autograph and photo collection. So of course, obviously she is live action Ahsoka Tano. And among other things, there's a lot of Clerks fans there to meet her, because she was in Clerks too. Obviously a lot of Star Wars fans, fans of Rent. She's done all sorts of things, but again, as far as the MCU is concerned, she is Claire Temple before she was Ahsoka Tano. She helped patch up Daredevil, got involved with Luke Cage, and by the time that the Netflix Marvel series had ended, she had started training Colleen Wing. So to me, she is Claire Temple. So, and she's super sweet, super sweet. So super nice to meet both of them. And then of course I already have his autograph because I got it at in Cincinnati when Chance and I went and met Stan Lee. But we did not have a proper photo, just the selfies that he took on my cell phone. So I had to get a proper photo with me and John Barrowman. So big old squishy hug there. Nice. We're bear hugging the bear. So me and the Duff Door and John Barrowman having a nice cuddle there. And John he's John Barrowman. You either get it or you don't. It's one of those things. It's like, all you got to do is be like, he's John Barrowman. And the people that know are like, okay, yeah, no, I totally get what you're saying. Unfortunately, I got him in his civilian clothes because when I bought my photo op, they did not have, they differentiate between, him in regular clothing. And then when he does a costume where he dresses up, and that was an option when I bought the photo op. So if that had been the case, I totally would have gotten the costumed photo op where apparently he was in a sexy Christmas dress that he also wore to his panel. I missed that. I got to see some pictures and video of some people who've been there, but whatever. Maybe again in the future, I will make sure next time John Barrowman and I cross paths that whatever, if he's doing a dress up costumed photo, that I make sure that's the case, because it's John Barrowman. And then of course the whole reason this whole mess started, Jodie Whittaker, the most recent outgoing Doctor Who, number 13, recently regenerated, and we're Sonic twins in here. So I was being all like, I thought I was being cool, like, hey, look, I've got your Sonic. And then she reaches into her pocket, like, no, I have my Sonic. And the odds are it actually probably is one of her Sonics from the actual show. So yeah, we're Sonic twins in here. And of course the Duff Door hanging out as well. And again, her autograph I did get added to my collection, but then had to get a photo as well. And of course they're Doctor Who people, so I wore my Time Buster cosplay. And actually those were done on Saturday, obviously, because Jodie was only there on Saturday. But if you look in the photos, it's way more obvious in the photo with me and Jodie. But you can kind of see it a bit in the photo with John as well. But I have my medal on around my neck because the evening before I had done the runway cosplay contest, because I didn't necessarily want to do like the big cosplay contest with all like the big builds and stuff. One, because that would have been Saturday evening, and been a large chunk of my day because you got to do prejudging and all that stuff. So it was just way more. It would have involved way more time than I could commit to. This one, you just signed up and then you just showed up. You had to check in as soon as you got to the convention, and then right before the contest begins, you just show up, and they just kind of do it. So a lot less time involvement, so like I can handle that. So I wore my Time Buster Friday late afternoon into the evening, and again Saturday in the morning until early afternoon. So I was in that thing quite a bit. But I did win a medal. So this is my GalaxyCon. You can see on the back. Columbus 2022 Runway Contest Judges Award. And this is a really, really nice medal. I mean, it's obviously it's big. It is solid, very solid, very, very heavy. The little spaceship, it spins. Oh, yeah, nice ribbon and everything. So like this is a really, really nice medal. And I was absolutely shocked when they called my name as a medal winner. So they have finally posted the photos from the contest. So those are in a album on the Five-ish Fangirls Facebook page. So you can go look at the pictures from there. And if there's like an extended video, I've not seen it yet anywhere. There are a couple clips in the Friday recap that they posted Saturday morning, kind of showing like, hey, here's some of the stuff you missed on Friday. And there are a couple of clips of the contest where I am on stage. So you can see me a couple times. And actually, I'm in there a third time when Ashley Eckstein is taking a whole bunch of selfies with my phone. So I've got the video from the GalaxyCon social media, and I will hopefully they don't mind. I'll make sure to credit it in the description. But I will pull those very short clips that I'm in because it is kind of blink and you miss me. So I will put those in here right now. I don't know, something like that. I'm like I said, I'm a hot mess. I need sleep. I'm so glad that there's only a week of work, solid work left before a nice break for the holidays. It's just been non-stop since like right after actually, if you include Thanksgiving, having to travel for Thanksgiving and then having the dentist appointment, and having to get those fillings and be sedated. So I lost a day because of that. I mean, I didn't lose it. I know where it went, but you know, it was a day where I just couldn't do anything. And then having to then, you know, run around at the same time before and the day after, trying to finish up and get everything together so that we could hit the road for Columbus that Friday, and then, you know, coming back. And it's just been getting ready for Christmas and all the fun stuff. So yeah, I'll say it again, go listen to my recap on the podcast. And all my photos are on my Facebook page, so unless you're friends with me, you won't be able to see it. I will try to remember to post photos on the Styles and Smarts. No, because all the photos I also took are also on the podcast Facebook page as well. So you can see both the photos that GalaxyCon took from the cosplay contest and then my own personal photos, including like the 5 bazillion selfies that Ashley Eckstein took of the two of us. Are in a different album, but they're both on Facebook. So you can see that. So but then all my vlog footage I need to put up. No, that'll probably go up first, more than likely, probably, because that would make sense, I would think. So yeah, so if you're seeing this, more than likely my vlog is already up, so you can see that as well. So I'm gonna go now because I'm tired. Even though it's not that late, with it being getting so dark early and the time, the daylight savings, my brain is confuzzled um over what time it is. And it's been a day. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this. I'll try to remember to put links to as many of these shops um as possible also in the description box so you can go check them out as well. And I'm like, why am I using this as like a pillow? This is not soft at all. It is exact opposite of soft. It is extremely hard. It's also cold. Maybe that's why. It kind of feels good, the cold metal. Or maybe I'm just weird. I think that's it. I'm just really, really weird. But hey, you know what? Own it. Be authentically yourself. That is the mantra. So if you're watching this before, have a safe and happy holiday season. Whether you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah, which is getting ready to start as I'm recording this tomorrow, or Kwanzaa or whatever, the winter solstice, whatever it is you celebrate. Please be safe, stay healthy as best you can, and more than likely I will see you guys again in the new year where I will be getting ready for my birthday where I'm turning